The American Civil War is one of the most horrific and bloody events that have swept the American Federal Union throughout its history, second only perhaps to the War of Independence. Occurring between 1861 and 1865, it saw the participation of more than 3 million soldiers from both the northern and southern states. This fraternal conflict pitted the Federal Union, consisting of the northern states, against the Confederates, who represented the southern states. The war culminated in the surrender of the Confederates, the declaration of the abolition of slavery law, and the reintegration of all American states into the Federal Union, but not without the devastating loss of over 800,000 lives on both sides. Causes of the American Civil War. The causes of the American Civil War are complex and multifaceted, revolving around three key axes: moral, economic, and political differences. These axes are so intertwined and interconnected that it is difficult to separate them. Morality. The moral dimension is epitomized by the institution of slavery. Whereas the northern states enacted laws to limit or entirely abolish slavery, the southern states expanded it, making slavery the cornerstone of their predominantly agrarian economy. This economy relied heavily on the forced labor of African slaves. The differing moral perspectives on slavery between the North and the South created an insurmountable chasm. Economics. The economies of the North and South were fundamentally different. The North was industrialized, relying on banking, insurance, transportation, and communication sectors, whereas the South depended on agriculture and the investment in strategic crops like cotton and grains. This agricultural economy was inseparable from the slave trade, which flourished, with many southern feudal lords heavily investing in the transportation of slaves from Africa. Economic disparities persisted, with the income of a southern citizen often double that of a northern citizen, and 60% of the country's wealthiest individuals residing in the South. This economic divergence fueled tensions between the two regions. Expansionist policy. The North feared that the influence of the South would extend to the newly acquired Western states, which had seceded from Mexico and joined the American Union.